Hello. First of all, I would like to thank Dead Air for sharing the art of. I'm really sorry, I might butcher the name, so I'm not going to pronounce it, but thank you very much. And also for the artist, thank you for sharing this because this is genuinely very, very interesting. Now, if you look at it, these are all actually very familiar because these are actually the posters which are spread across the entire Deadlock map. But this is the first time we are seeing with such high resolution and very up close, right? So this is very, very fascinating. And looking at it, it is very clear like how interesting the world building Valve has created. First of all, this poster alone is very interesting, right? Like this is definitely sprint boots, which is an actual item in the game. So most probably what we are basically doing is we are buying a shoe which just enables us to run a lot more faster. Now let us imagine if we are living in Deadlock universe, what sort of item is going to be absolutely broken? I think some items are going to be very good for quality of life improvement, like for example stamina mastery. I think it will genuinely improve our life because we can double jump or double dash, so traversing from point A to point B is going to be a lot more fun, right? But I do wonder like how do we get it? Like sprint boots is just a boot, like it's a shoe which lets us run a lot more faster. So that is understandable, but what is stamina mastery? Is it like a horse which lets us do that? Like there are some questions. And another thing is in Deadlock we pay these items with souls. So I do wonder if we can buy these shoes in the Deadlock universe with gold and how expensive are they going to be. And also some other items that are going to be genuinely life-saving is Ethereal Shift. Let us imagine you are falling down or you are about to get into an accident, then Ethereal Shift can genuinely save your life. And also Majestic Leap or Magic Carpet. These are some of the most insanely fun items, like you can just fly in the air, like that is very cool. I do hope Majestic Leap will take the fall damage, like I do hope there is no fall damage with Majestic Leap, or else it's like a one-time item basically. That's so yeah, these items are very, very interesting. Now if you have any other item that you think is busted, then definitely tell me because I cannot find any other item. So yeah, these are all the items that I could find that genuinely felt like good quality of life improvement. Looking at all these posters, it is very clear that the world of Deadlock is very, very fascinating. Like for example, this poster clearly shows that Fairfax Industries is experimenting with some other dimensional materials, and it is very clear that after the Maelstrom opened, Fairfax was the first or one of the first pioneers to start testing experiments with otherworldly items. If we look at the lore, it is very clear that Fairfax is one of the most successful interdimensional companies basically, and they are the primary producers of weapons in multiple different dimensions. So it is, yeah, they are very profitable company, and it makes very much sense that they are advertising themselves as a good guys. And also looking at other posters, it is very clear this is an era of industrialization and how, not industrial, I think urbanization, no, actually it is called industrialization only. But yeah, this is very clear. Like this was the beginning of factories and machining. Like you can get a job, you can get payments, right? So yeah, this is very, very interesting. And on top of that, look at this, a detective bureau. It reminds me of Watchmen in a good way actually. I don't know why, but this poster really reminds me of Watchmen. Maybe because of Rorschach. And also it's very interesting. It seems these are vampires, or maybe it's just a cosmetic thing that is happening in that world, or at least in that era. These are all very interesting, right? So this is the end actually. I will leave this link in the description so you can just see and have fun. Like genuinely, it's a very curious look. And also look at this, a sniper with an eyeball, and it says sharpen your aim, shift your fate. So basically you are attaching your eyeball to a sniper scope. That is insane. Again, this is so fascinating, dude. Like one of the few media that was able to combine noir aspect with either magic or fantasy was Harry Potter. I loved Harry Potter, and especially the ability to literally look at news and there were videos playing on the newspaper, right? Especially I think Prisoner of Azkaban, that was one of the most interesting movies that I've seen in a really long time, and this feel is very much similar to that. But I think what Valve is doing is definitely completely different. This is more of a steampunkish noir aspect, and at the same time I think this is called library, and I think this is a different language. But again, look at this, forbidden linguistics and more, so we can learn about alchemy and other forbidden arts basically. that is also very interesting. And also ethereal strings, this was one of the first and most important visual thing in the middle lane, and it basically advertises that you can learn guitar by experts that are already dead. So I do wonder like how they are reviving them back and how the spirits are even talking. That is also very interesting. So yeah, the world of Deadlock is one of the most unique, and it is still very mysterious because the game is still not out and we don't know a lot. We are just speculating based on the leaks and based on the files we can find in Deadlock. But apart from that, this is one of the most fascinating stories, world buildings that I have seen, and I'm very much excited to any media that Valve is going to release. Maybe it is going to be a movie or a web series. Again, I'm very much interested in just looking at it, or even the trailers. People are expecting Valve to release some meet the team type of trailers when Deadlock officially does release.
Do I love working for Fairfax Industries? No. Does it pay a small fortune? Yes. How do I sleep at night? Like a baby.
That is also going to be very fascinating because the world itself is completely different from TF2 or even Dota, right? Like it's not a fantasy, it's a noir occult aspect. So that's very, very interesting. Also, this looks like Ethereal Shift, like you're basically leaving your body and traveling to some astral dimension basically. This is so fascinating, dude. I wish there was more, but I'm very much eager to look at what other things we can actually look at. But either way, I hope you actually love this type of thing. And also, if you actually think there are other items that are going to be very, very useful, then tell me about it. I don't know. I think weapon items are not going to be that useful in day-to-day life. If I'm living a normal life in Deadlock, then I would say, sprint boots or, stamina mastery especially, it's going to be very, very useful. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this video interesting or fun, then please consider like and subscribing. And I hope to see you in my next video. Take care of your health, sleep well, and bye-bye.